Hi everybody, Doug here. Welcome back to yet another board game channel and yet another round of Sentinels of the Multiverse. We're still trying to stop Baron Blade from pulling the moon into the earth and killing us all. Yes, we finished off our last round by seeing what Blade was going to do to us. Unfortunately, he's got his backlash field, which is bad because the first time somebody hits him each turn, he is going to do 3 lightning damage back to us, but we have to hit him. It's the only way we're going to win. So we're going to be taking damage, and hopefully it won't whittle us down to nothing. Alright, let's move into the hero phase, and we will start with Mr. Fixer. Okay, Mr. Fixer's turn. First thing we do at the start of your turn, destroy this card, so the grease gun goes away, so they can start hitting us now, which is unfortunate. So we are going to play. There's no point in playing the Harmony. It doesn't do any good unless we have a tool in play along with the style. We're going to go ahead and use Fixer's Overdrive. Strike a blow for freedom and strike one for the land. Mr. Fixer, Mystery Comics number 145. You may use Mr. Fixer's strike power twice this turn. That's what we're going to do. So, first time he uses his strike power, he's going to use it against the true form, which has 3 hit points left. So it would normally do 1. It's increased by 1 because of his Grease Monkey Fist. And it's increased by 1 because of Parse's targeting arrow last turn. Which means we take it out, and this thing, at least, will not be hurting us anymore. For his second time using strike, well, obviously we're going to hit Baron Blade, take 3 away from him, putting him down to 25. Unfortunately, that means the backlash field kicks in and does 3 lightning damage to Mr. Fixer. Nothing that can be done about it, though. I'm not sure if any of these characters have the ability to destroy ongoing cards or not. Can't remember off the top of my head. Well, see if it turns up. Okay, we have played a card, used the power, so now we will draw a card. Oh, we've drawn the Pipe Wrench, which we'll probably play next turn. It's a tool that will increase damage dealt by Mr. Fixer and reduce damage dealt to Mr. Fixer by 1. So that'll make him a harder hitter and take less damage. Alright, on to Parse. Okay, first thing, Parse is going to play her Syntactic Analysis. Here's the situation. You know what to do. Parse in an issue of Vengeance. It's a one-shot. Select a player. That player reveals the top 2 cards of their deck. Then they may play, draw, or discard each of those cards in any order. So, well, I go into her trash because it's a one-shot. And I'm actually going to choose Fanatic. She's got her sword in there, which does slightly better damage than her regular power, and I'm hoping it turns up. Fingers crossed. We'll just move over to Fanatic and see what happens there. Okay, Fanatic. I can reveal 2 cards. Okay, yes. Got lucky. We found Absolution. So yeah, we are going to put this into play. Equipment Relic Limited. When this card enters play, Fanatic regains 1 HP. Let's just do that for her now, so we don't forget. And it gives her another power to use. Select melee, fire, or radiant as this card's damage type, and Fanatic deals one target 3 damage of that type. And a quote from a Fanatic from an issue of Absolution. Absolution you are called, and absolution you shall deliver. We're going to put that there. She also got another Holy Nova. Do I want to play it now or save it until... You know what? I think I'm going to save it. I'm going to put it in her hand. Yeah, we're going to draw that. Because, yes, because of Blade's backlash field, we want her to do as much damage during her turn. Yeah, rather than do it now and get hurt, and then do more next turn and get hurt. Because you only get hurt the first time you deal damage. Okay, we're going to hold on to that. And now we will move back over to Parse. Alright, that was her card play. Now we're going to use a power. Parse deals 1 target 2 projectile damage. And yes, that is going to be Blade. He's at 25, so that's going to knock him down to 23. Fortunately, it's going to do 3 damage because of the backlash field to Parse. 7. Yeah, he's whittling us down. And once we get him down to 0, he's going to flip, and we need to fight him again. Alright, we've played a card, used the power, now we will draw a card. She's drawn her extrasensory awareness, which gives her a power that lets her look at cards for the villain deck. We'll see if we decide to play that. Alright, now back to Fanatic's turn proper. Okay, yes, we're going to play the Holy Nova. Even though Blade's the only target, it's still going to heal us some. So, going to do the Holy Nova. Going to do 1 damage to Blade, putting him down to 22. That is going to cause 3 back to Fanatic because of the backlash field. But then each hero target regains 1 HP. So we'll give her that back, and we'll give these 2 to our other heroes. So we're a little bit better. So that's card. Now we're going to use a power, and we're going to use her Absolution. We're going to do 3 damage. We'll just call it Radiant, because why not? And we're going to do 3 damage to Blade. 6, 7. That puts him down to 2. Down to 19. And the backlash field does not react because we have already dealt damage to him once this turn. So we'll finish off Fanatic's turn by drawing another card. Chastise, which is probably not going to be especially useful against Blade. It prevents you basically lock off a target so that it can't deal damage, but it cannot be dealt damage either. I ended up using that for something in the Temple of Zhulong, depending on what comes up there. Let's see, yeah, we're doing the temple next, so let's see what comes up. Alright, let us draw a card. We get the Resurrection Ritual. Let's see what the flavor text says. The shinobi halted their chanting, and a light emanated from the ceremonially prepared corpse. Another returned from the brink, intoned the master. Whenever a non-character card villain target is destroyed, it's like his minions, for example, put it under this card. At the end of the environment turn, if the true form or Zhulong is in play, put the bottom card under this card into play. When this card is destroyed, put all cards under this card into the villain trash, if we can find a way to destroy it. So that could save up a bunch of villain targets and start spitting them out, depending on the exact conditions. I don't think it's much of a threat at the moment. But again, it depends largely on what happens when we now move over to Baron Blade's turn. Okay, start of turn. See how much is in the trash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do not all die. Now Blade's going to play a card. Oh, it's a one-shot. Hasten Doom. Can you feel that, Mr. Parsons? Mr. Parsons being Legacy. That feeling is the inevitability of your death. And that's Baron Blade from issue 4 of Moonfall. Baron Blade deals each hero target 2 toxic damage, and we play the top card of the villain deck. So he's doing bad things to us. So we're going to knock 2 off of everybody. 3. This is kind of not looking good. Yeah, Fanatic's down to 14, as is Mr. Fixer. Parse is at 17. Ugh. And we have to play the next card. Oh, look, it's another Hasten Doom. So, rinse and repeat. Everybody else takes 2. Might not actually win this, despite Baron Blade being a fairly simple villain. Alright, we play the top card, and oh, good. Flesh Repair Nanites. To such simple minds, my advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Says Baron Blade, it's a one-shot, he gets 10 HP back. Yeah, this is not looking good. So he's back up to 29. Blech. So it's going to take even longer to kill, which means the backlash field is going to keep dooming us. Alright, let's go through one last round of hero turns and see if we can get out of this thing alive. On to Mr. Fixer. Alright, Fixer is going to play his Pipe Wrench. Good forged steel, not like those modern cast aluminum ones, says Mr. Fixer in an issue of Freedom 5. Keywords, equipment, and tool. Increased damage dealt by Mr. Fixer by 1. So that's good. He's now got +2 on his damage. Also, reduce damage dealt to Mr. Fixer by 1. So he won't get hurt quite as much. When this card enters play, return any other tool cards in play to your hand. So, there we go. Well, now he's going to use his power. He's going to use his strike, which is actually going to do 1, 2, 3 damage of whatever damage type we want. We'll just stick with melee. So we're going to do 3 from Blade, whose backlash field is only going to do 2 against Mr. Fixer. However, it still knocks him down to 10. Yeah, this is going poorly. Now we will draw a card. No, it's another style card, which you don't really need at the moment. It makes his damage irreducible. There is a card that lessens damage done to Blade. If that happens, well, we may have to use that. Alright, that's it for Fixer. Back to Parse. Okay, I think Parse is going to play her updated Intel. It's an ongoing limited card. Whenever a villain card enters play, you may look at the bottom card of a deck. It could be any deck. Then either put it on top or the bottom of that deck. So if it's one we like, we stick it on top of the pile. And a quote from Parse from Tomb of the Bazaar number 34. Good news, I have new information. Bad news, it's not good. So that will go into play. And then, yep, she's going to do 2 damage to Blade. Got him back down to 24. But yep, we're going to get 3 back. This backlash field is just killing us. Wish we had an easy way to get rid of it. Now she's going to draw a card, buffer overflow. Right, that'll let us discard a villain card when it comes into play and do a different one, and do the next one instead, although we're stuck with the next one. And that's not necessarily good, because we want to prevent things from going into his discard pile. Alright, we're done with Parse. Back to Fanatic. Alright, we're going to put Fanatic's Undaunted into play. The others aren't super useful. I don't actually want to use her Divine Focus because she's going to keep getting too much damage to her if she does 2 HP to him every single turn. Don't want her to take damage from that. We don't need 6 cards. Yeah. Okay. Undaunted it is. Ongoing limited. Whenever exactly 1 damage would be dealt to Fanatic, prevent that damage. Whenever Fanatic would be dealt 5 or more damage from a single source, we'll see if that comes up, reduce that damage by 2. And we have a little bit of dialogue from Baptism by Fire issue 1. Fanatic says, "I am invincible," and Ross says, "You're a lunatic." Says the guy who thinks he's an Egyptian god. So we're going to put that into play. And then for power, yep, we're going to hit him, because we have to hit him. We'll say it's radiant damage again. We're going to do 3 to him, knocking him down to 21. We are going to take 3 damage back. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Fanatic's in trouble. She's below 10. Okay, we'll do 1 final turn with the environment for this episode. Alright, let us... Oh, there we go. Master of the Temple. Hits back. At the end of the environment turn, search the environment deck and trash for the true form. Well, there it is. Put it into play. We have done so. Yeah, I think this is going to, this is probably going to destroy us next turn. Shuffle the environment trash into its deck, and I think I'm not supposed to, because we're not actually done with the card yet, so we shuffle. Even though there's no, there's nothing in the trash, we're still technically supposed to give the deck a shuffle. The true form deals each non-environment target 1 toxic damage and 1 radiant damage. Then we destroy the card, so it goes into the trash. I think I was doing that wrong before, which may actually have screwed me over a little bit, because that card shouldn't have come into play quite as often. But, so be it. That means... Oh. Well, Fixer's okay, because we reduce incoming damage by 1, and it's 2 hits of 1 each for that, so he takes no damage. Parse will take the 2 damage. Fanatic will also prevent the damage, because it's exactly 1 2 times. Got to remember to give the true form his HP. Now we reach the end of the turn, and yes, now this is a rather substantial problem, because at the end of the environment turn it deals the non-environment target with the second highest HP, 3 radiant damage, and 3 toxic. So, who is second highest? It's not Blade, not Fnatic, so it's going to be either Parse or Mr. Fixer. Well, obviously we're going to do Mr. Fixer because he reduces it. So he's going to take 2 and 2. So he's going to take 4 damage, putting him down to 6. Blech. Alright, well that's that. We'll do one final go of Baron Blade, see what he gives to us so I can plan my next, probably final turn. This has gone very, very unluckily. But let's see what he has in store for us. Okay, Blade did no start of effect. Blade, oh, the powered remote turret, which has 7 HP. It is a device. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals each hero target 2 projectile damage. Increased damage dealt by this card by 1 for each mobile defense platform in play. There are none. And we have a quote from Blade. Arming this platform has been one of my best decisions. It's the little things, really. So that has got 7 HP. Now, a villain card has entered play. So Parse can look at the bottom card of a deck and either put it on the top or the bottom of the deck. Let's see. What do I want to do? Let's have a look at the bottom of hers. I think she has one in here that's a power that lets her get rid of ongoing items, or ongoing cards. So let's see, if we look at the bottom, no, it just lets you discard cards. She has one of these already. So we're just going to put that back on the bottom, so that didn't really help much. Oh well. That is that. We'll just zoom out and wrap up. Okay, where are we? Well, in a tight spot. 2 of our heroes are below 10 HP, and our third is just at 10 HP. We've still got Blade at 21, and he hurts us terribly. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do the powered remote turret, didn't I? So each hero target is going to take 2 damage. Well, except for Mr. Fixer, he's only going to take 1 because of his pipe wrench. Fnatic's going to take 2, and Parse is also going to take 2. So we are even worse than we were off before. I have a feeling I'm not going to win this. I usually beat Baron Blade, but with this game it's never 100%, not even close. Well, we'll see if we can squeak through next time. Thanks very much everybody for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and liking the videos both on YouTube and Board Game Geek. It's appreciated. And I will see you next time for yet another turn of Sentinels of the Multiverse. So long.